ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל יהיה בדברו. We are about to celebrate once again Rosh Hashanah, the beginning of a new year in the Jewish calendar. How do we prepare for that? Well, we have to think about what we have done in the year that has just passed, how we can improve, and so on. We all know exactly what one has to do. But I want to quote to you a pasuk, a verse from the Torah. At one point, God says, if you're going to behave and listen to my instructions, everything is going to be well with you. On the other hand, I'm going to chastise you if you disobey my commandments. One of these verses reads like this: if you will continue without listening to me, you're going to walk in a different path against me, well, I'm going to do the same thing with you. What is the word for this walking against, walking in a different sense that God wants us to go? The word is keri, the Hebrew word keri. It can also come from the same root as mikre. Mikre means chance. Things happen by chance. I read Adin Steinsaltz, great man. He says the following: I can sympathize, even though I don't agree, he says, with those who went through the Holocaust and lost faith in God. And they said, if there is a God, why didn't he defend me? Why didn't he save us? Why didn't he do something? How can I believe in God after what happened? But maybe worse than that is when one thinks things happen by themselves. So when a new year comes, how should I celebrate it? Maybe I should get drunk, and say to myself, I might just as well live. I might just as well dance, listen to music. I can't control anything that happens in this world. I think it was Einstein who once said, at least I read that he said it, he can't believe that God plays dice with the world. Things don't happen by themselves. It is true. There are many things that we can't control. You can change everything. You can't change the weather. That's a saying in English. There are many things that don't depend on us. That there are many things that depend upon you. Did you read The Outliers? That's a tremendous book. People who excel in sports and musicians and what have you. Do you think it happens by chance? They work very hard at it. They work extra hours. You have no idea what they do in order to reach a certain position. Of course, you need a little talent, but don't think that talent alone is sufficient. You have to do something about it. So while there are things that we cannot control, many things depend upon us. Do you study hard or whatever you do? Remember, is the result of things are a consequence of what you are doing, of what you are not doing. I think that one of the greatest threats to the survival of the Jewish people, and according to some, it is even worse than the Holocaust, is assimilation. According to some statistics, every second the Jewish people loses one member to assimilation. Why? Well, we live in a free society. You can do whatever you want. Society allows you to live the way you really wish to do it. And we are losing people because they become integrated into the rest of society. Yet, we want to live in a society, but at the same time, we want to retain our Jewish values. They are very important. We receive them from many generations, and we have to transmit them to future generations. What can we do about it? Well, probably many things. But in Jewish tradition, the most important thing you can do is education. We have to provide free Jewish education for every child. Anybody who wants to receive a Jewish education should be able to obtain it in our society. Have you been to the city of New York or other great cities? Go into a hospital, any hospital, and you will see a wing and God knows what, donated by that and that family. Most of them Jewish-sounding names. They even have a medical school that has a Jewish-sounding name as well. Why don't we do the same thing for Jewish education? I don't mean to minimize the importance of health. Very important, without a doubt. And there is reason for it, because there used to be discrimination in medical schools against Jews. So Jews created their own medical school and also made sure that hospitals will give position to Jewish physicians as well. but I think that education is very important. We have to make what I'm trying to say is, don't say that things happen in this world. They depend a lot upon what you do. And this is the moment to make resolutions. We are before Rosh Hashanah. What are you going to do in order to make sure that your children follow in the right path? In order to make sure that society is a better place to live in, that assimilation does not threaten the Jewish people with annihilation. Well, before Rosh Hashanah, I want to wish each and every one of you to be inscribed in the book of life. And remember, you can force God to write you into that book. It depends upon you. It depends upon your resolutions, and above all, it depends upon your actions. Shana Tova.